Greetings. Good day. Good day.
Ah, good, you got the ring. With this, we're one step closer to forcing Lord Candrian out of his keep and unshackling the Candrian Guard to challenge the Tuatha. He is Lord Indre Candrian's nephew, the son of Indre's sister, and a Losalfar trader. Thankfully, he spent his childhood in the north with his father's people. It was only recently that his parents passed away, and he was sent here to come age under the influence of Lord Candrian. We need to modify the ring before we return it to Lord Candrian. There is an altar in Western Candrian that is perfect for our needs. Take the ring there and place it on the altar. There may be some resistance to your efforts. Just ensure nothing disturbs the ring until it's finished. Return to me when you're done. We must modify Lord Candrian's signet ring with a bit of magic. Take the ring to Western Candrian and place it on the altar. You may have to defend the ring until it's finished. There could be some resistance. Farewell.
Hail, Wanderer.
Hello there. I trust everything went well delivering the letter to Matix Dace? I'm not sure he took kindly to it. Regardless, you have completed the second labor. For your next labor, I need you to retrieve a sword, Hellbane, off the body of a great Varani blademaster known as Three Swords. Travel to the Tuwili coast, search near the shore, and follow the Tuatha bodies. Three Swords will not have fallen easily. He was called Three Swords for the three weapons he favored. He was one of the only mortals I've ever known to master the challenging art of wielding the twin fey blades. I'm sure the Tuatha paid a mighty butcher's bill for it. News has recently come to me of the fall of a great Varani blademaster known as Three Swords. He bested me, and instead of taking my life, he took my sword, Hellbane. Until later then.
Hail, Wanderer!
Impressive. The altar put quite a nasty curse on that ring. Restore it to be sure you're not seen. The keep guards. With Indre Kandrian dead, Arian Raidan is sure to become the new lord. He will drive the Tuatha off our shores once and for all. Don't worry, it will be painless. Once he's worn the ring and retires for the night, he'll sleep. What did you think we were doing? Honestly, have you ever heard tell of a curse that could forge a brave man from a coward? This is the only way. But we're so close. We need a lord who will lead the Kandrian Guard into battle, not hide in his keep. Think about it. I'll still be here with the ring if you change your mind. Are you ready to finish this? But we're so... Think about it. Another time, then.
Hail, Wanderer! This is where
Prepare for a
The sight waits.
lead.
I'm going to gut you. Stand now, Gosling.
Hey, Martin.
I will now tell you of those times as it was written of our forebearers. They lived off the bounty of the sea and the grasses and fields, the newly met peoples, beasts and flowers. If I am a liar, there is no truth under Lyria. The temper of our tired family calmed before waves, and hidden among the rocks, the shadowed nooks of beach and shore, a secret to all but our ancestors, the arcane wielded by Lyria's chosen, a sanctified buttress, the grounds on which they practiced her magic arts.
The summer fae suffered the winter's onslaught. They collided amidst lightning and fire, and a godstorm gathered up the land in its embrace, crushing it. Do you remember the steady rain? The hail of bodies, both wintry and warm? It was a sword carving the plains with death.
Hello there. You have acquired Hellbane. Excellent. Now, for your next labors, I need you to collect some items. The Bloodstone, a circlet, and the Rose of Kandrian. The Bloodstone in particular must be bought. Here is some gold to do so. The circlet is in a chest in the Scholia Arcana Library in Rathir. The Bloodstone is with Kel's Cafety and Tyrion's Rest, and the Rose just south of here in Kandrian. The Bloodstone is with Kel's Cafety and Tyrion's Rest. I've given you the gold to purchase it from him. She was the most beautiful creature I have ever known, and she is dead. Let us leave it at that. The circlet is in a chest in the Scholia Arcana library in Rathir. You'll have to be sneaky about how you obtain it. You need Hellbane to pluck the rose from the grave of Geradace, my wife. The circlet from the Scholia Arcana library in Rathir, the bloodstone from Kel's cavity, and the rose of Candrian from the grave of Geradace. He is a lying, whoring, two-faced mongrel, a blight on the plains of Erethel for the better part of 20 years. Long ago he cheated me in a game of cards, winning a gem known as the blood. Use the gold I have given you to get it back. If you can convince Kel's... Well, if you don't have the skills to do so, take this book. Place it in the bookshelf to the left of the chest, and the chest. Let's just call it a legacy of my misspent youth, and not ask questions as to how it works. Now, go, get me that circlet. The magic of the headstone will allow the bearer of Hellbane to pull the rose from the stone as if it were alive. All right then, farewell.
By order of Lord Candrian, all trespassers found within the keep will be killed on sight.
Greetings. Are you ready for the next step? Are you ready to finish this? Good. You'll need to find a different way in this time. Since your last visit, they've sealed the front door and barred all visitors. Remember, place the ring back where you... Hopefully, Candrian will just think he overlooked it. Restore... Be sure you're not seen. Another time, then.
Hail, Wanderer.
Ah, there you are. Poor old Lord Candrian passed away in his sleep. Very sad. Yes. You'll be happy to hear that Arian Rydarn is the new Lord Candrian. Incidentally, I believe this belongs to you. Careless of you to have left it behind, but I hope we can work together again sometime. The Losulfar are an honorable people, with Arian in charge of the Candrian Guard. They will take the fight to the Tuatha, and Indre Candrian was a poor lord. Now, perhaps, the Guard can drive the Tuatha back across the sea and make this land safe again.
Greetings.
Happy to see another face in Suncamp. Want to do so long?
About time those fates were read.
We've expanded the facility. Truly a marvel of modern architecture. Here you go. This is the profit we've managed to make since you were away. Be careful out in the sands. How would Grimes say? You're accepted here to this keep. That Freeman bastard that drove up Lucky Mine? Well done. That I do. Good day.
A foulness unknown to Tyrion's tired pilgrims lumbered in the plains. Laboured grunts trumpeted the call of brutish Jotun, the giant-kin of old. The hammer-wielders, in grievous march they trampled wood and tumbled stone. The fleshy weight of steppes crushed the bones of warriors past. Kelleran's legion spread too thin. Beala's prayers went unanswered, and the fear of death came too easily with the heavy step of the hill-dwellers.
It was then that Issa brought forth the talisman of fate and entered the marsh. This craven arena, a place of life and death. The winds carried the songs of the dying. The mire sucked the bones of armies below the sea loam. And the mist shielded the eyes of your ancestors from the horror as the two armies clashed. For 500 summers, autumns, winters, and springs, the blossoms on my pearl tree bloomed ceaselessly and wantonly and fair. Why today have they fallen like tears? A dark doubt whispers, these flowers will not come again.
Long as you're not a refugee or a damned fake.
For truly, my children, we are loved and blessed by Lyria.
Please, I need someone to travel to the Tawili coast. It's my daughter. I'm a merchant, originally of Culm, and I have seen... Another led a group of refugees to the town of Culm. I warned her not to go, but she's always been a strong-willed girl. I should have heard from her by now, and the caravanners say that bands of Tuatha have landed on the coast. If anything happened to Anella, I don't know what I'd do. Please, help me. It's been 10 years since we drove the Tuatha from these lands, and still the refugees are... They've talked of resettling Culm. Anella took up their cause and agreed to lead them there. Oh, it seems I have no choice. If you're willing to go, I'll give you what I can. You will? At last! Mitharu... Anella led the refugees to the ruins. If she's hurt, bring her back safely. The village stood alone along the Tawili coast. Culm has been abandoned for years, and it's a place best forgotten. I know what Culm meant to her. My Anella, I'm so worried.
Come out! We know you're in here. Somewhere. Let's settle this.
Are they gone? Hello? Is somebody there? Thank good. I see I have you to thank. You and my clever hiding place. Can't imagine what those churls were after. They kept barking on about the war sworn this and kill me that. But now tell me, what can I do to repay you? A brief lesson in the art of locks, perhaps? What? Do you mean it didn't work? This is one of my greatest achievements. I recreated that ancient marvel perfectly. I promised that pledge shield. Finnan, that was her name. Surely she had permission, yes? She swore to me. Oh, I see. One of my finest ideas. I built it precisely for times like these. You have done me a good turn, Warsworn. Therefore, I am louts and fool. I could see they wanted blood, so I dove for my hiding place. The original. Truly an ancient wonder. Surely the combined work of war-sworn craftsmen and luminaries of the Scholia Arcana. For Pledge Shield Finnan, yes. Now, if you will see yourself out, I have a mess to clean up.
Those she holds dear prosper and thrive.
Oh, why?
Hello. Welcome to Brad and Sergrin. What brings the likes of you to our peaceful little town? If it's trade, Aethiof and I are more than happy to have your business. My business partner, poor fellow. He's lost so much to the coast. Now his own daughter's gone back there. It'd be a risky venture to say it will end well. Just an old merchant, enjoying a comfortable life in the countryside, although trade has been rather slow lately. We buried our things during the war. I left something I love, but with all the danger there, I won't go wading back. Trade is good. Not what you'll find in Rathir, to be sure. But please, have a look for yourself. Oh yes, Lyria's no violence, no crime. Why, not a soul's been thrown in the... Ah, Gwastel, you old fool. You never did know when to keep your mouth shut. There's a prisoner in the jail. Not a mortal. But Orella and White Nil said it was right, and it's not as if they see things as we do anyway. He might be happy there. Only please, don't breathe a word of this to anyone. I told you, he's in the jail, in Burren Cove. Trade is good. Not what you'll find. I've gone and run on at the mouth again. Tyrion, good day then.
Another fight.
Greetings, traveler. I am the mayor of... Now tell me, child, are you also a follower of the goddess Lyria? Then you are most welcome here to the village of Tyrion's Rest. If you seek healing, I can aid you. The doors of our inn, trader, locksmith, and sanctuary are all gladly open to the weary visitor. When the war brought Fae to our doors, there was but one righteous Almain, our own Aethiof. That is why we welcomed him and his willful daughter to our home. You may visit its ruins on the coast. They are a testament to what befall all who displease me. Aethiop's daughter and the others who went to resettle there showed great ignorance as to the finality of her will. Our village is a lesson in Lyria's blessings. Take the two villages, Tirin's Rest and Kuln. When the Tuathas struck this land, which stood strong? That which loved Lyria most. By my Lady Lyria's grace, I have the power to heal and to cure. Why, Lyria is goddess of magic in our people. You should know that. Come pray in the morning in my sanctuary. Learn your own faith. In the 10 years since war swept across these plains, I have guided this village by Lyria's light and by the wisdom of her teachings. I was a humble student of faith when I heard the call. It was so keen and clear. I left the temple that day to serve my people as I could. We must do what we can for our Alfar soldiers across the water. Bless you. Welcome.
Greetings, brother.
You're new.
Approach and await the wisdom of the fates. I am the great Kel's Cafferty, sworn and scrupled servant to the Sisters of Destiny. Speak, that I may divine your future, and through my gift, bless your mortal soul. I'm sure Durfel is not very fond of me. I beat him in a game of cards many years ago, fair and square, well, by my standards. I don't like strangers who ask a lot of questions. This town is full of old fools. Most of them will believe anything you tell them. Approach and await the wisdom of the fates. Oh, traditionally, this sort of transaction happens under more discreet circumstances, if you understand my meaning. Tell you what, I'll part with it for a hefty price. Very well. It's practically highway robbery, but I'm not in any condition to argue. Pleasure doing business, friend.
Lyria's light be upon you.
Welcome to the Reedsong Inn. Come in, and Lyria light your way. If you can spare a coin for our troops in the war, well then, all the better. High Priestess Tirin made camp right here on her sojourn to settle Rathir. It is said she was given a vision by Lyria on this very ground. That I do. We all must do our part. Have you got a few coin to spare, then? And what about them? I don't see what they're doing to fight the Fae. There's a good soul. Say, would you do one more favor for an old innkeep? Would you be so good as to bring it to the box in our sanctuary? I can't go myself, and there's someone I can't trust. If you want to know the truth of it, someone's been swiping from the collections. We don't know who, but I'm sure you weren't the one. Lyria, bless your fate. Sanctuary's just across the bridge at the end of the walk. The box is inside. And if you happen upon the thief, and in my opinion it must take place in the darkest night, tell the priestess to white nil at once. Our goddess and protector, the Alfar's guiding light, it was her will we were spared the Fae sword 10 years back. As long as you're not a sodding Fae, you're most welcome here. Well, so long.
Not a refugee, are you? Don't look it. No Fae, no refugees, not in Tyrion's Rest. Tuatha, summer, winter, it makes no difference. They're no friend of mortal kind. What do you expect of a thing with no grasp of morality or honor or death? The priestess guides, and I guard. She lights the path, and I keep a sharp eye for those that stray. They'd have done well to lead a pious life before the war. They think they can come crawling here for a second chance. But it's too late. The wheat has been parted from the chaff. There is nothing for them but to accept their fate as Lyria dealt it. I fought in Gallifore Plain and the War of Paris. Took a wound in Oriator's lance. I served my time, served with honor. I fought in the war, but Priestess Corellon is my general now. Without her guidance, every one of us would be huddled in tents like refugees. Well then.
Approach and await the...
The hill across the way is called Beggar's Bluff because every month some fool refugee wants...
Yes? Priestess Orella wished me to speak with you. It is her hope that you might help us with a small matter. You see, vagrants have taken up on Beggar's Bluff, across the way. There is gold for whoever can get them to leave. Gallifore is the Valley of the Blessed. They are not worthy and may not live here. Besides, vagrants are desperate and might turn to violence. We cannot have that. We tried that. It seems some knavish wiles turn. That is all the priestess asks. Know that Lyria does not love violence, and we wish them well wherever they roam, but they cannot live here. Those heights across the Vale went by another name before the war. Now, because of the filthy refugees who wander in from the western plains, we call it Beggar's Bluff. Gallifore has been sanctified and blessed by Lyria. Those who weathered her wrath unscathed are blessed as well. We are truly blessed that she is here to lead us. I'm fortunate she holds me in her closest confidence. I don't know what trick the vagrants played, but our militia won't go there anymore. They're not scared, more embarrassed. Beggar's Bluff is the high hill.
Welcome to Tyrion's Rest.
I do hope you'll persuade those vagrants to leave Gallifore.
Ah, the collections.
I have heard someone's been stealing from the box. Can't imagine who.
Lyria has guided us through war and famine.
You have spoken with Graham? I have entrusted the matter entirely. Bless you, child.
Hello. As long as you're not a refugee or a damned
Hello.
Well met. You've come to Nareen Farm. What's left of it, that is. Here we are after years away, and it's as if, well, as if the Earth's forgotten us. To think we once called them friends and neighbors. Am I right, Auric? When the war came and burned our farm, they turned their backs on the likes of us. Without some kind of miracle, it's no farm at all. Mind you, I'm well aware that's just how Tyrion's Rest wants it. Me and Auric here have come back to farm our land. We've been many years away, endured many a trial and hardship to return. That Arella, she was what you'd call quite a bit adventurous before the war came and she took up the priestess mantle. She wants us to go, does she? Well, I'd like her to go sit on a kobold nest. Oh, but it's all the same. If we can't farm this land, we'd just as well go. Look at it, laid out before you. How many nights that we've been lonesome. Oh, he's a bit quiet, I know, but he's the man for me. Wouldn't have no other. That, or it's forgotten how to be a farm. We'll have no choice but to... Why, Auric, dear, we'd clean forgot the paling wand. Oh, but it's deep in the hollow. And the Adder's Hollow's not safe. It's not safe. Well, if the stories are true, Auric's granddad used it to tame this high land and make crops grow. He'd always say how we had to return it to the hollow, so the hollow's magic could fill it up again. Our seeds don't take, or they turn into other plants. The weeds grow monstrous, and the tilled earth wanders out of planted rows. It's hopeless. You would? They're all... Adder's Hollow's due south, just below the bluff. If you can bring the wand to us, I don't know how. For now.
First, the Pyrrhal tree. Then the shapes of trees and heads and hawks, made by the white caps of the waves before they crashed. Then 1,000 other wonders in my lands have faded, failed, and fallen still. All I know and love is slipping from my grasp. Will I watch the last of life flow from my land? Will I stand still as stone while the essence of its beauty drains away? No. Like Issa, girding armor against own, I, Mihari, will wrestle with the sinking sun, if that is what it takes to keep my land.
I saw you speaking with the vagrants, but you are not headed back to town. Tell me, where are you going just now? They did, until the war took it from them. It is Lyria's judgment, for she is the goddess of all fate. You must not. Lyria has cast them out. The very fact that they must debase our blessed valley with Fey sorcery proves it. Instead, you should bring the wand to me. Priestess Orella will destroy it, and that will be an end to that. They will be forced to go. I will not deny the Nareens lived here once. Lyria did not shield them from the Tuatha. It was against her will that they remain. Only to see those vagrants leave our land peacefully, nothing more. Fear not, you will be rewarded with gold as well as Lyria's grace.
They found me! Have mercy. Make it quick. Thank Mitharu. I thought I'd die here, the last of Culn's settlers, alone. Anella and the foragers were out when the Tuatha came. It was a massacre. She and the others set off for Verki, where Anella said they came from. If you've got any hope of finding her alive, you'll get there quickly. She promised we'd rebuild Culn. Should have known that was impossible. Can't blame her. We chose to come here, hoping that war was far enough gone that we might rebuild. All around you, this was Culn. It might have been again, but now everyone is gone. Damn Tuatha. Stronghold in southern Tewili, mostly destroyed during the war.
Another for the gallows! Let's go!
You look like you've been in some tight spots. There's a bounty out on a damn set of deserters. What do you say? A fact of life. There are cowards and lying rogues, and that's that. But when they up and run with things of value, that's another thing altogether. Haven't you been? You can feel something in you begin to rot the moment you set foot over there. At least I did. I did 5 years in Cluricon. Then I got this post back here, seeing fresh recruits trained and off to war. You're sure there are Tuatha here in Tewili? It has happened before. Maybe they'll meet some of my good... 5 full crew of fresh recruits had the gall to get fully equipped on our gold coin before the turntails, arms, and armor we can do without. But I'm afraid we also gave each crew a bottle of bog staunch. That's what I need recovered. Cure for a sickness that strikes some the moment they enter Cluricon. Devilish hard to make. So you do, so you do. Those fools have run off down the coast, I imagine.
What's needed?
Did you think the whole army was across the water in Chloricon? No, I'm afraid some of us are stuck here in Dol-ve-Arn in Rathir. Used to belong to House Arn, but that soft sot that inherited wanted nothing to do with it. His loss, the army's gain. The Freemen are a rogue group of our own soldiers who have grown disenfranchised by the war and decided it's easier to cause trouble at home than to keep the Tuatha at bay. I know they're as cooped up there as we are here, but someday that siege will lift. I want to be there when it does. No one's quite sure why Sully rebelled against us. A lot of the soldiers are feeling fatigued, though, after fighting for so long. That's why most join with Freemen. While it's true we Alpha lead, many humans proudly fill our ranks. All mortals unite against the damned Tuatha Fae. I'll make it back to the front eventually. I'd be there sooner if I could.
What's needed?
Did you think the whole army was across the water? Used to belong to House Arn. The Freemen are a rogue group. I know they're as cooped up. While it's true we are, they're not mortal for one, nor sane either. I've seen them firsthand. No one's quite sure why Sully rebelled against us. A lot of the soldiers.
What am I going to do? I've got to be going, but I can't. And I can't go back to Dol-ve-Arn, but I must. I am the rightful heir to Dol-ve-Arn. I've spent the last few years in lovely old Rathir, pretending like a fool nothing would change. It was my home. That was before I deeded it to the Alfar army and went to Rathir with my pocket full of gold. It went 10 years untouched by the Tuatha foe. That's common knowledge. 10 years stuck in a cold stone prison was how I saw it. Nothing like it anywhere in Amalur, I promise you. Beauty, elegance, wisdom. There's no putting it to words, really. Honestly, I feel like a hare hunted by hawks out here. The war, my friend. The war. I've been called. The truth is, I should have been gone days ago. Only I'd be far more eager for the adventure if I had my family arms with me. They're in there, Doveyan. Ancestral staff and talisman. What any self-respecting Arn's worn to battle. If I hadn't left them somewhere in that damned tower, I'd be wearing them now. I'm not supposed to be here. I need, well, want to get my family armed. You're serious, aren't you? I'd pay just to know if they are or not. Thing is, Doveyan's an official army post now. By tradition, an Arn bears staff and talisman to battle. My brother bore them in Oriator, only I left them in Doveyan when I gave it to the army. Goodness only knows where they are, or what shape they're in now. Arn family history's riddled with this cursed war. My father and brothers have done so much for the cause, I shouldn't have to lift a finger. Hurry if you can. They might find me any moment.
I have rolled up the song within these lands, raked the life from the bones of the earth. I've left it shivering and stripped bare. I hold its dying magic in my arms.
This here's Doveyan. You an officer? Got an officer's pass? That's right, officers only. If you've got a pass, show it here. An hard night drinking in Rathir, was that it? Woke up with less in your pockets than you used to have? If I had a gold piece every time. We see that, especially from your sort, just back from the front. Well, have this pass we keep for visiting dignitaries, and try not to drink so much. It's a privilege to wear the steel helm. All who do should be proud. I gave my captain back chalk once, just once. And what do I get? 3 months guard duty, day and night. This here's our base, barracks and storehouse west of the Forian Strait. It played a bigger role back when the war raged where you and I stand now. But that was near on 10 years back.
It sure is a mess in the back.
So, you got in old Doveyan then? I hope it wasn't much trouble. Were you able to recover my arms? The staff wasn't rotted through, was it? That's it! No mistaking this old piece of wood. I feel... And the talisman? Did you find it in... Ah, wonderful. I couldn't say how many blades and arrows this saved my family from. I'll feel safer with it on my arm, all the same. Here, have this for your troubles. Life in a fortress sounds grand, but I'd take Rathir. With its fetes and food and fair-eyed ladies, the name of Arn kept me safe until now. But a war is a hungry beast, and I suppose it... And Lyria guard us both.
Time may sap this country dry, and night put out its spark. Still one valley will not be changed, for in its depth lies buried all the magic from these lands, and I will call it Galafor, and it will sing my dying song long after all the rest is dust.
What's this? All the bog staunch? I knew I could trust you. I'll take that, and here's your gold then. There are things in the air in Cluricon. It doesn't strike it. Bog staunch gets them through it, so we pack a jug with every crew we send over there. Look at it. Scarred and singed as a blacksmith's hand. That is what you get from war.
There's a bit to do around here if you're not a stageling gloryboat like some. Min likes to dice, and Erin's got a fair bit of shop. Mare? Well, she seems like a talented enough woman, but she's soft-headed for that damned Hierophant. I heard about her leaving Irion. Maybe the time away from the old seer will give her some clear thought, for once. Mooncap is fine. I mean, it seems all the travellers would rather rob a noblewoman's rouge than her purse, but I'm not judging. The leadership here does lap up the words of the Hierophant, though, like a bunch of mangy curs looking for a morsel. The great traveller's name is on the lips of every tavern maid given enough time. They're the ones with true legacy. Good riddance.
Need to do any trade? I have some items for sale, or I can buy if you're looking to fence some items. Irian's a good enough bard and a clever thief, but he's not quite a leader, especially with Mare gone. Mare? She's one of the most talented thieves we've got. I can't say we don't miss her skill. We're performers at heart in Moon Camp. Bards, jugglers, tumblers, dancers, all performing for the glory of the Hierophant. One of the few ways to earn coin with this war on. Bit hard for us to ply other trades with the soldiers at Dove breathing down our necks. Always a few odds and ends happening there. Hard to feel like you aren't being watched with the city looming over us. That's why you have to control the show. Common knowledge that the travelers are known as thieves, but it isn't the only life you have to lead. We've traders, bards, and jugglers as well. Come again.
What is this specimen before me? I can only think that you were the skilled one the Hierophant said I was to expect. If only you had come sooner, then you might have helped to keep my mare's heart here. Oh, nothing I should be bothering you with. After all you've accomplished in Star Camp, what's so special about a broken-hearted Alfar? I should tell you more about what mission you're to be. Oh, you must give me a moment. Mare. My poor, lovely mare. My Queen of Cups, the once joint leader of Moon Camp, my wife. Happy we were in the years we were wed, yet sad we were in the hours. She was of a noble family, and I their jester. We fell in love, eloped, and joined the only ones who did not shun our love, the travelers. But of late, the stress of this life has finally taken its toll. She left me, and this camp, to seek refuge in the Temple of Lyria. I'm in no state to be aiding you right now. I should be alone. I still need some time. Very well. Go to the Hierophant Shrine and pray. There you will receive portents of the next mission from our Grand Leader. May the Hierophant's gaze find my wife, for what a wretch I have become. I am more like a king of ants than anything else. There is nothing I can say to describe how I pine for her. Would that I be sundered like the Rathir battlefield, that I could escape this anguish. The Hierophant directs all of the travelers, a director of our queues and exits, of our motivations and actions. It is well known that the Hierophant commands us because of a vision of the work from start to end, a prophecy to tell us what to steal. It takes a brave sort to be a traveler. We've all left something behind, or made the sacrifices we had to, or had nowhere else to turn. But more than that, a traveler needs presence. We need to command attention, to perform under spotlight, even from the shadows. You must pray at the Hierophant Shrine. There you will divine the targets of your theft. Goodbye.
What's needed?
The cards foretold of an arrival. That would be you, I suppose. Irian is the leader of this camp. He is a true master of the stage, but a cunning thief as well. Mayor was the leader of this camp along with our king, Irian. But fate ripped their paths apart. We've traveled far and wide to make camp in the shadow of Rathir. From here, we do much trade. We travelers spend our lives out of doors, on roads and camps and fields. Ever the leader of the travelers, the shepherd to our flock. The Hierophant is anonymous and leads from behind a veil.
There is so little in this world a man can teach, and even less a man can learn. I've done all I can for you. Bear these dark times well. Irian's wife left him, so it seems. Wouldn't be that bad, save the fact that she's also a leader of the camp. Irian's so busy pining after her that we've got nothing to do. Don't suppose we can get her back, can we? Seems that Mare left Irian. Odd enough. When they first came to Moon Camp, they were like lovers from some ballad. Seems that Mare left Irian. The art of the haggle is just another form of performance. The stage is never silent in Moon Camp, and Rathir watches us from a distance. Ever the audience, you could say. The coast was torn apart by the war. It's now a wasteland for scavengers, refugees, and soldiers. Well now, there are many in the Travelers with clever hands, but in Moon Camp we value a silver tongue above all. Farewell.
Someone off the road. Tell me, do you have any peasant clothes that you're looking to get rid of? I can pay you for them. Indeed. It is not clothes so much as cloth. But the players of our camp are always in need of new articles of dress. Bring me some peasant clothes and I can rework the material with relative ease. You mean truly? It's been a while since I've had any good material to work with. I await your findings.